Welcome to the module 3 of this course. In this module, we will talk about AI in general, like what is machine learning, how it is different from traditional programming that we have just learned in the previous module, what is deep learning, rise of deep learning, and subdomains of deep learning, that is computer vision and natural language processing. Let's get started. In this video, we will learn about what is machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that focuses on development of algorithms and models that enables computer to learn and make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed. So we have talked about domains of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is one of them. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. It is not AI by itself that focuses on development of algorithms and models. So what do you mean by without being explicitly programs? Let's see one example. Let me clear all of this. Let me take example of BMI itself. It was mentioned in this slide, so let's take it. In the traditional programming, if I have to calculate BMI, first I need one equation, a real world equation which I will convert into program. Now suppose this equation is height divided by weight square. Suppose this is the equation. It can be reversed or it may be this equation, but just suppose this is the equation. This equation can be wrong, so don't worry about the equation itself. So this is the equation, and if I have to convert into program, I have to write DEF BMI. I will take height, I will take weight, and then I will do this calculation, that is BMI equals to height divided by weight asterisk, we do simple asterisk 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 2, that will give BMI, then we will return BMI. So what are we doing now? We are having one equation that we need to know, right? We are having one equation that we need to know in order to program it. So in machine learning, this equation is been created by machine learning model itself. And then it will also write the program for it internally. We will just use that program as an equation. We will write a program, but we will use that equation in our program. That equation will be given by machine learning itself, so we don't need to write. So even if we don't know BMI calculation, what three things that we require to train a model? We need height and weight, which are input, and we also need, let me write this as output of, because we are training a model, we need data. We will talk about this later. So there are three things that we need to train a machine learning model. If we don't know the equation, we need these three things. Let me scroll down a bit. We need these three things to our ML model, to our ML algorithm, and it will create a equation like BMI. Just why I'm writing this approximate equation like BMI that can predict on new height and weight. If we give new height and weight, it will predict output. So this is the final thing we will get. But the process to have that machine learning algorithm and it will generate equation is not being programmed, right? We are not writing some equation that is by default equation. We are creating equation with the help of machine learning algorithms. Okay, we don't actually create equations, but I'm talking about in general so that it is easier to understand. So this understand that so that this will now make sense. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that focuses on development of algorithms and models that enable computers to learn and make predictions. So computer will make prediction or decision without being explicitly programmed. So internally it will create some kind of equation that without any programming, right? Without any programming, without any given particular instructions that do this, divide this, multiply this exact number, it will create an equation by its own and it will enable the computers to make predictions. In the field of medical field, this means using data-driven approaches to allow machines to identify patterns, learn from experience and improve their performance over time. BMI is just a simple example. Maybe in future, we may require a complex equation. A equation can be like, suppose this is a BMI which requires different parameters like height, weight, uh, just suppose X, Y, Z, H1, H2, and different parameters. Suppose it requires 10 different parameters and there is no formula exist. So what you will do, you only know the output. You only know whether certain things are true or false, or certain things are 12, 10, any number. I'm talking about any output, and we have this many input. To do things into traditional programming, we need to write a lot of logic. If, else, for loop, and everything we need to write to make these things perfect and mappable to this one, right? We need to map input to output, just like we map BMI. If you have this height and this weight, this is the output. This is how we calculate BMI, right? But if we have lot of things and we don't know how to program it, we will use machine learning, which will automatically find us that correct mapping equation automatically, so it can predict on newer things. So this is what machine learning is. Systems that can predict or make decisions without being explicitly programmed. So in this video, we have talked about what is machine learning and how machine learning works on a layman terms and how it will help medical field. Thank you for watching.